football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official post-fight review, and man, oh man, Chris Eubank Jr. delivers a career-best performance with a 10th round stoppage of Liam Beefy Smith. Let's talk about it. Now, I'm not going to sit here in front. I didn't care a whole lot about this fight going into it. I didn't really make any videos this week about this fight, but I had it circled. I had it circled, and I was not obviously keep my eyes tuned to it because the middleweight division is in a very, very bad place, and I want the middleweight division to get to a better place. So that's why I tuned in. Really, my thought was that despite the fact that Eubank Jr., because for those of you that don't know, I'm sure you know already, Eubank switched his trainer from Roy Jones Jr. to Brian Bomac McIntyre, and he joined Team Crawford for this fight. Now, based on past history, Amir Khan did the same thing when he fought Kell Brook. It was to no avail. He got his ass waxed badly. And my line of thought was, listen, Eubank has been what he's been his whole career. He's going to fight Liam Smith. He'll probably look good early on. But eventually, Liam Smith will pressure him, and he'll revert back to type, and he will find a way to lose the big fight, as he's always done. And that's not what we got. In fact, what we got was in his deepest, darkest hour, when really and truthfully, Eubank was fighting for more than his father's name, more than a world title, more than money. He was really fighting for his career. He was fighting for his career. He was fighting for credibility. He was fighting for respect. And man, he really responded in a major way with his back against the wall. He beat the brakes off Liam Smith. I thought he did a great job being patient in the fight. It was a little sloppy early on because there was a lot of holding. But as we got to the third and fourth round, he was able to get that range. And you saw in this fight a lot of the reasons that made Eubank a really, really hyped up fighter in the past. You saw the combinations on display. You saw that uppercut, which really couldn't miss. I mean, that uppercut just kept landing and landing and landing, and it got a knockdown in the middle rounds, and he just beat the brakes off Liam Smith. It got to the point where I think by the fourth or fifth round, sixth round, Liam Smith put his hands in his pocket. He put his earmuffs on, and he looked very worried to throw any punches at Eubank because the speed, the timing, the counter punching, the body shots, the punch placement. I mean, all those years ago when Eubank was a prospect and his dad used to say that he's gonna be better than Floyd Mayweather. No, I never thought that to be true. But he had a lot of hype, more so than a lot of fighters from the UK and a lot of fighters in boxing. The fighter we saw tonight was the fighter we were hoping to see all those years ago when he fought George Groves and he was losing those kind of fights. But listen, he responded well, and I think, a win against Liam Smith, who, by the way, Liam Smith was in a great run of form. Liam Smith had beaten Eubank. He had beaten some good fighters. I think it was like a 4 or 5 fight win streak against some good fighters. So it's not like he beat like a nobody. He beat Liam Smith, who's a good fighter at middleweight, one of the better middleweights out there. And, I'm hoping that he can build off this and do something for the middleweight division and the last part of his career and try to get a world title. Now, while I did enjoy the performance, I gotta be real, I don't like the fact that he gets me hyped up with the fight and the performance, and now he's calling out Conor Ben, he's calling out Kell Brook. Again, smaller guys. I know why he's calling them out. They're money fights, but he called out GGG. I mean, someone gotta tell Eubank that GGG don't got the belts anymore. So, listen, Eubank versus the winner of Johnny Beck and Gutierrez for the unification. I'll like that fight. Him against any of the champions at 160. I want to see Eubank in a world title fight. When you have a performance like that, I feel like he should be afforded the opportunity to fight for a world title. But then again, I can't want it more than him. If he wants to fight Conor Ben for the money and because of the spectacle that it'll be in the UK, that's on him. If he wants to fight Kell Brook for the spectacle that'll be in the UK, that's his prerogative. It's his career. But I'm just gonna appreciate this fight for what it is. It was Chris Eubank Jr. on his best night. I would definitely say this might be the first time in his career where you could really say Eubank fully applied himself in the gym. He listened to his coaches. He gave every last fiber of his being in the gym, and he executed on fight night. Because I never seen him so dialed in. I never seen him so concentrated. I never seen him so locked in. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, they fight the fights. You could have your preconceived notions about how a fight's going to play out, but ultimately it's up to the two warriors and the two competitors to go in the ring and to show who's who. So, yeah, it was his best night, and I think this is one of Liam Smith's worst nights. I mean, I know they were talking about maybe he had some ankle problems or whatever, but listen, a true champion can adapt to any situation, and I just think he fought the wrong strategy. He really didn't know how to stay off the end of those punches. And listen, I think, you know, his last fight, when I made my post-fight review video, I said, look, this is Liam Smith's finest hour. I don't know if it'll ever get as good for Liam Smith as it got after that first Eubank fight. So if he wants to, you know, I don't know if he's thinking about hanging it up, but I'm sure there's still some good fights out there for him. You know, at 160, maybe he could fight a Denzel Bentley or something like that in a good little British fight. But I think Liam Smith, it's safe to say he's probably more than likely maxed out his career and been an overachiever in the sport. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But yeah, this night belongs to Eubank. Shout out to him. A big shout out has to go out to Brian Bomac McIntyre, who's having a great 2-month run here. I mean, we saw what he did with Crawford in the Spence fight, in dominant performance, and now even more so. This fight to me was actually more impressive than that fight, because I've always seen Eubank as a guy that has all the physical gifts, a lot of tools, but just, you know, mentally was never all the way there, never properly applied himself. But it seems like Bomac has been able to get the proper tune out of him and get him to apply himself. So there's a lot to be said about that. And I think right now, I mean, there's still some months left in the year, but right now, Bomac has to be the front runner for Trainer of the Year. And that's just where I'm going to leave it. So let me know what you guys think. What did you guys make of Eubank's performance against Liam Smith? You know, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from dang it. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.